Looks like a beautiful Thursday morning to go up to Bakersfield, California for a 4-day drag race event with my buddy Ralphie and his family. I'm headed up here on my own right now, and they'll meet me up there later, and I got another caravan behind me, maybe an hour behind me. But I never have problems with my cars driving on these trips, but for some reason I'm driving the Hippo here with my 52 or my 55 Plymouth. For some reason, while cruising it's okay, but once I get a load into it, like going up a grade, it starts to buck and jerk and stuff, like it's running lean. So it's either a fuel system problem or maybe a ignition problem. But kind of comes and goes. So I already turned up the idle mixer screws just a little bit to see if that'll help me some. On the flat ground, it seems to do just fine. Just when I get a slight load on it, the misfire doesn't stay. Everything's new, but maybe the pump's starting to get weak on it. I have an electric pump just in case it quits on me. It's got a little more of a shake to it, like it's running kind of lean. As long as it keeps moving. Actually, I can hear it. It's got a little misfire to it. Maybe it's got a plug that quit. I can hear a slight shake. I have 2 filters on it. No, it's not popping or anything. Anyway, yeah, I got 2 filters on this thing, primary and a secondary. And the primary filter is a see-through one under the cab because the fuel tank was pretty nasty when I first put it together. There's no sock in the tank, so it should go right to that filter. So when I get to the next O'Reilly's, maybe I'll pick up another filter and try that out, see if it helps. If not, when I get to the track, I'll put that electric pump on it and use that as a primary pump to help feed the mechanical one. Maybe that'll do it, or I'm going to tap on the bowls. Maybe one of them stuck a little bit. Talking about it, I just remembered that. So let's see. Yeah, this truck doesn't get a lot of drive time, so maybe the bowls, usually they stick open, not closed. I could have checked the bowl height, but I think I'll wait till I get to O'Reilly's or something. All right, so we'll try that, see if that helped any. But it seems to be fine just cruising down the road at, like, you know, light, like cruising speed. All right, let's get on the road here. Look at this beautiful scenery. It's like it's a couple-hour drive, but it is so nice out here. The drive is half the fun. I have to tell you guys, this is absolutely awesome. Look at this. Yeah. The open road, nothing like it. Good times. So far everything's going pretty good. I got some 3/8 hose. I got myself a filter and some 3/8 fuel line. But for some reason, I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but tapping on that oil, the carburetor, or maybe turning out the idle mixer screws a little bit helped out. It's kind of odd, but I haven't had any grades since then either. But it does seem to be running a lot better. But we'll see once I get over there. I think I'll put that filter on there anyways when I get to the track. All right, so we're about to head on the road again, so let's go. Well, I made it. Made it without any problems, just that surging problem. Actually, maybe I might have had a little bit of water in the tank, possibly because of all the rain up here. And it just picked that up as the fuel level ran down. But it drove fine the rest of the time here. And my buddies, they're all still up here, still on the way. Some of them will be here later tonight. Let's get this thing unloaded. Back up. Trying to remember which way this goes is fun. Alright, this should be good. I got a mixture of gas today. I got some of the TRIP.FUel 100 octane. It's all unleaded. I'd rather run unleaded through this thing. This is 95 octane Sunoco. They had been through a water storm and all the tricks was all rusted on the top of the cans. So we're both worried that maybe it got water in them. So I got these that looked a little better. But it looks like they got as well, but they got vents. So I hope water didn't come in through these vents right here and spoil the fuel. We'll find out, I guess. But the ram on the back of this thing is leaking like a sieve. Look at that. I'm gonna have to clean that up, but it's dripping out of the back of it. I got to replace that seal. Usually those seals go in from the inside. Unless it's got a snap ring, hopefully I can just replace that on my own without sending it in to get it rebuilt. But I got us, I parked that down there at the Plymouth, so we got some spaces here in the middle. It's really early today. There's only a handful of people here right now. I'm sure they're going to be rolling in soon. There's some fast cars here. There's some like A-gas stuff and all kinds of stuff coming up for the Bakersfield, for the March meet. Some of them are out here practicing, getting their rigs ready for that. So I'm just a little guy this time. That was not good. First run, my 60 foot improved by like 4 or 5 tenths just with the converter swap. My top speed was pretty bad. I forgot to shift into third. And then the second time it acted like it was running out of fuel, which it probably was. So I guess I'll have to fill this thing up. The tank's kind of big, so I think I need 10 gallons in it for it to compensate for all the fuel sloshing.
Yeah, we're right on it. See?
Oh, were you pretty close to where it was?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Right there is where we were, right there.
Oh, so we didn't improve anything?
No, I did.
Oh, no, we had to get a couple degrees out of it because it was at 25.
Yeah.
Now it's at 34, so.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll know when you go down the track,
well,
too, huh?
Is the back tight?
Yeah.
Did you tighten it?
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. That'll work.
All you got to do is put that. Enjoy it. Enjoy it right.
Yeah. It's got to be a freaking rocket with another 6 degrees or 4 degrees of timing. So.
Yeah. So
did you want this rag back here or not?
No, I'm gonna leave that in there.
Okay.
I'm trying to suck.
Keep from any dripping. Yeah.
No need. Okay.
Nice.
All right, we'll try to button her back up.
Button that damn thing up,
Yep.
Charlie.
did some work on his car, got the jets fixed on your car, huh? Up the jets a little bit. Oh, and a flat tire. So we used the ramp truck on his flat tire to break the bead. I used the back of the truck and tilted it with a piece of wood to pop the beads loose on it, and that worked really good. And then his brother Sean is doing really good in his Chevy Love. So actually Ralphie just built the engine in this one, and the little bigger camshaft, 411 gears, and now he's in the low 11s with it, like 11.1, 11.2, which is a huge improvement from last year. It was almost a 12 back then. And then his brother Sean, it slowly keeps getting faster. He broke into the high 10s, I believe, or mid 10s with it the last time. The more he gets used to it. And it's a 454 small block. So we got the whole family here. The Ralphie Lindley family. So we'll do a couple more runs today before we head on back home. Pretty rough. First day was kind of thin, but my car kept having problems where half track it would fall on its face, and we figured out it was a fuel problem, fuel delivery problem, and I had a mechanical pump on here, and for some reason something's going wrong with it, or Chrysler uses a push rod to actuate it. Maybe the push rod's going away. So I happened to have a electric pump with me for something else, and I ended up putting it at the back near the tank, bypassed all the lines. Uh-oh, homeless people are walking by me right now. Look at that guy. But and just bypassed the line and then ran it up and kind of rigged it. So we got a nice fuel pump tied up with tie straps in the back. It's kind of hanging down there, kind of rigged up, but it works, and got rid of that problem finally. So what I had done previously to coming out here is this car would run like a 12.2 in the quarter mile with good miles per hour at 114, and it had a stock converter in it, like 1800 stall. So I had a 2600 stall at home, and I ended up putting the 26 in it. That made a huge improvement. It's now more in its power band with the cam that I have in it, and went from a 12.2 to a 11.8 at 115. So then I realized that I checked the timing. The timing was back a little at 33, so I upped it to 36. And I'm going to try it today to see if that helps a little bit better. If I can get a little more deeper into the 11s, that'd be pretty cool. to 36. I don't think it liked it too much. So I just now brought it down to 34. You can see how I got it all rigged once again. But I heard it pinging a little bit. Sounds all right. It's not smoking. I think that electric pump, I don't have the regulator. It's just a hair too much for the carburetor. Every now and then it tries to load up a little, but a few more, probably just a few more runs, and we'll head on back home before it gets too late. But it's been a good weekend. The weather out here is incredible. A lot of big dragsters out here today, vintage dragsters and stuff. There goes Sean. He's getting ready to go up there. Because I think it's the March meet is in the next week or few weeks. They're getting ready. This is just a test and tune weekend. Everybody's getting ready for the big runs at the March meet. There's some big guys out here. Some neat stuff, neat cars. All right, let's make another run, see what happens. So this was a good weekend. My last two runs, they got better. The first one I had 36 degrees timing in it, and I slowed down a little, so I went to 34, got faster, then I went down to 32, and it stayed about the same. So it's a pretty efficient engine, doesn't need a lot of timing. But we're getting ready to get out of here. Look at this guy right there. But got all our cars backed up, starting to thin out. There's still quite a lot of guys here. There's probably still a couple hundred cars here. It's Sunday afternoon. Everybody's packing up, and we got a couple hour drive to get back home. Good times at church, at my church. I guess that's it. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.